Today's budget tip is that only you and your spouse, if you're married, get a vote in your budget. You might say, well, duh, I'm the one who's in charge of the budget. However, there is such a thing as situations where you interact with family today or friends and you start feeling peer pressure to conform to the desires of those who are not in your household. I know for some of you listening, you have experienced a pressure from outside of your household to do something with your money that you otherwise wouldn't have done. Now, that's not to say that you can't get good budgeting advice from outside your household. If that were the case, I wouldn't be a very valuable financial coach. It would be like, well, you're entirely in charge. I'm not going to give you any advice. You got to figure it out yourself. No, there's a place to hear advice, and that's really where this budget tip falls. Don't confuse outside advice with a vote in the budget. When you get advice, you can either listen to it or you can ignore it, but it's not necessarily a vote. You are the only one who gets a vote. You and your spouse are the only ones who get a vote in your budget. Keep this in mind when you're having a budget meeting and getting your budget ready for this upcoming month. There was a Dave Ramsey call where the wife calls into the show and says, hey, I don't feel like I get a big vote in our budget. And my husband, I don't think feels comfortable putting his own vote in the budget. In fact, he, when we were getting ready to budget, asked me if he could invite his mom over and she could help us write the budget. And I was like, no, I don't want your mom coming over and doing the budget for us. I don't even want her getting a say in it. This is something we should be able to do as a married couple, as grown adults. We should be able to write our own budget. He said, okay, we can do it ourselves. And then when they're having the budget meeting, leaves the room for a little bit, calls his mom. His mom comes over and starts helping them with the budget. And slowly, the wife gets edged out of the conversation. This is a violation of boundaries. And this is the extreme example of what it's like to let others, family or friends, into your budgeting and letting them vote, either for you or for your spouse. And I hope that little side story from the Dave Ramsey show serves as an example why this budget tip and why financial boundaries are important.